So you guys remember Palworld, right? Well, Palworld is back in the news. You see, Grums here, who is the leader of the anti-woke crusade on Twitter, has decided to target Palworld to try to get rid of the body type 1 and 2 options and replace them with male and female. Now, this is obviously a controversial subject, and one that I obviously have opinions on. Basically, if you don't know what's going on, in a lot of video games recently, the developers have, for no real apparent reason, decided to get rid of the idea of male and female in their games and replace them with body type 1 and body type 2, because they don't want to make a smaller subset of people feel bad because they have to choose something that has been natural law since the creation of time memoriam. Obviously, it's stupid. I don't think anybody actually wants the body type 1 to 2 thing, and the people that do want everybody to have to use body type 1 and body type 2 are the same crazy people who are going around and causing problems in all sorts of industries. The DEI woke crowd. But at the same time, you could say that this is something stupid that nobody really cares about, that it doesn't really affect anybody, and you'd be right. But at a certain point, you have to stand up for what's actually reality, and it seems like we finally reached that point. The public opinion is shifting, and people are going very anti-woke very quickly, and now they've decided to go after Palworld. I think that's because Palworld is kind of like an edgy take on the Pokemon genre, and so people have decided that Palworld is an acceptable entry point to try to push back against the body type 1 to 2 thing. And I think that's actually a good idea, because Palworld has shown itself to be kind of edgy, and also they're Japanese, so they don't care about the DEI or woke stuff at all. That's not a big thing in Japan. They mostly only ever do it because of Americans who complain too much. So I do think that it's a good target to go after Palworld and try to get them to change this. And let's read what Grums said. Palworld forums are exploding as gamer asks for male-female instead of body type 1 and 2. 112 so far, and many in favor of the change. Body type 1 and 2 is not inclusive. On the contrary, such choices were engineered to erase traditional male-female values and promote modern gender theory as the sole alternative. It's actually excluding the majority. And I agree with them there. I think that in a lot of cases, our society has moved in a direction where we're rejecting not only the opinion of the majority, but also the reality that we live in favor of not hurting the feelings of some very loud people who like to throw temper tantrums. Am I opposed to them getting rid of body type 1 and 2? No, I think they should do it. I think they should go to male and female because male and female actually makes sense. Body type 1 and 2, what does that mean? It's meaningless to everybody. Everybody knows when you say male or female, everybody knows what those bodies look like. When you say body type 1, what does that mean? You could be a woman, you could be a man, you could be a dog. I don't know. It's just a body type. It's an absolutely useless alternative, made even more useless because of the fact that every single person alive on Earth knows what male and female mean. So what is this post that Grums is talking about? Well, if we go here and we take a look, this post here by Celestial Flea saying, can we change type 1-2 bodies to male-female, please? So far enjoying the game, it's really chill. However, even though it's purely cosmetic and doesn't really affect the game, I'd like to see the type 1 and type 2 body types changed to male/female respectively. It's a modern gaming trope that just irks me. We're all adults here. Absolutely nobody worth listening to would be offended by this change. Apologies if this has already been asked. I did do a quick search, but I didn't see anything recent. And it's gotten already 112 comments, a few awards, and that was at the time of Grums posting this, and I think that this is a pretty fair change for people to ask for. But I'm not the only one who thinks that way. You see, also Asmongold, you might know him as the final boss for maid services, he's decided to weigh in on this as well. What Asmongold said was, it's great to see people finally waking up to this ridiculous trend. 99% of people refer to each other as male and female, but in the name of inclusivity, we will change the vocabulary to body type 1 and 2, a complete inversion of logic and rationality. And again, I agree with Asmongold here. It is an inversion of logic, it's an inversion of rationality, because every single person knows what you mean when you say male and female. There's no reason to muddy the waters. There's no reason to take something that's so fundamental as the differences between the sexes and muddy them up just because there's a few people who decided that they don't believe in those anymore. Regardless of whether or not those differences have been there since the time of our creation, this is one of those topics that everybody's just really polarized about. So there'll be some of you who are really mad that I'm saying that we should get rid of body type 1 and 2, and there'll be some of you who agree. I do think that if you're upset that people are pushing back against body type 1 and body type 2, you're probably in a little bit of a bubble. I'm sure you're typing out a very long comment right now telling me how wrong I am, but realistically, just go ask a couple people. Ask them what body type 1 and body type 2 mean. If you can find a single person that can tell you concretely what body type 1 and body type 2 mean, great, because as far as I know, body type 1 usually means man, it doesn't always, and body type 2 usually means female, but it doesn't always. And also because it just says body type, that could be any body, right? It could be a celestial body, oh, it's a sun, it's a moon. It could be an animal body, oh, it's a cow, oh, it's a cat. It's a completely meaningless classification system, whereas male and female, everybody knows what it is, and it also just works in every context. You can say, oh, this is the male-female option for my game. People will know what that means if you're playing as humans, if you're playing as animals, if you're playing as aliens. We all have a basic rough understanding of what male and female mean. So to completely disregard that and replace that with something that is esoteric and useless doesn't make any sense to me. But but that's just my opinion. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching all the way till the end. Remember to like and subscribe. Have a great day, and God bless you.